kitchen table. Set with me, we'll talk about the things that are affecting agriculture here in the state of Texas, and we'll begin before hop sing service. That chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, plenty of Nanny's East rolls, and a cold cucumber salad, and a glass of iced tea, with a little look at ag weather. And neighbor will use the San Antonio region as our benchmark. Cloudy today, 81 the high, 48 the low, 50% chance of moisture, maybe 8 or 9 points. Tuesday the 27th, showers, 58 the high, 46 the low, 70% chance with 13 or 14 points. Wednesday the 28th, showers, 64 the high, 42 the low, 6 or 7 points. Then Thursday the 29th, sunny, 71 and 49. Friday, sunny, 69 and 46. And Saturday, sunny, 73 and 51. Neighbor, there's your ag weather through Saturday. Neighbor, let's turn our head and steer our gaze toward corn, beans, wheat, and cotton to see if we're going to get a direction for today. Following Friday's rally to the highest level since July of 2019, corn is slightly lower to begin the week, no doubt pressured by the failing wheat market. Although U.S. corn is the cheapest feed grain in the world currently, some much-needed rain and snow is falling in much of the western and southern plains wheat areas to begin the week. Soybeans made another new contract high in the overnight session, but are down slightly early today. If it were not for the surging world vegetable oil markets, we would probably see beans much weaker to begin with. As we look at wheat, if you needed any more proof that we have been in a weather market in wheat, early Monday is given that proof, with rains and snow moving across the dry western and southern plains wheat areas. And more in the forecast, KC wheat is leading the correction lower. Neighbor, as we move toward cotton, and I say this each and every day because it is slow to start, today the USDA will offer up its crop progress numbers concerning conditions and harvest efforts. DTN says they think that once the crop becomes 50% plus gathered, the government will halt its condition reporting. Since the harvest was 34% last week, they expect we would fall with that report about November the 2nd. The U.S. dollar was down. The on-again, off-again stimulus talks have currency traders going round in circles, so that would cause cotton to be kind of even today against Friday, in their opinion.
The formula for success is a simple one. Put strong in, get strong out. That's why cotton growers looking to improve yield potential plant Delta Pine Grand Cotton, featuring 100 years of proven yield potential and exclusive genetics in every bag. Strong is a legacy all its own. Protect yours with strong cotton from Delta Pine. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Neighbor, now let's examine cash cattle, live cattle, and feeder cattle. All good things come to an end, and this certainly was the case with cattle over the past 2 weeks. After enjoying a period of nice high prices, the bottom fell out of the market with futures falling back to levels that we haven't seen since last June. Unfortunately, the bottom may not have been found yet. The cattle on feed report did little to provide any support as continued large numbers remain. In fact, the inventory of cattle as of October 1, 11.7 million head. That's the largest on record since information began being gathered in 1996. Cattle weights are also near record highs for this time of the year, which is adding to the available tonnage of meat moving toward the end of the year. A positive aspect, if there's one to be found, is a cold storage report released Thursday that was somewhat neutral, indicating good demand is evident. The futures will call it oversold, according to DTN, but the bearish report Friday may keep it there a little bit longer. But, neighbor, you usually see the effects of the cattle on feed report fade fairly quickly. On the bull side, there's strong possibility cattle futures have more than factored in the bearish cattle on feed report, but on the bear side, the bearish cattle on feed report may keep that downtrend intact. Neighbor, when you hear cattle in the alleyway, it's time to talk to Ken Jordan. Now, he's selling in Mason today. We'll talk to him late tonight and air it for you tomorrow, see how that went. But he's got some sales on Thursday and then Saturday, don't you, Ken Jordan? Jordan Cattle Auction, San Saba?
Got several good groups of calves that are coming in. That's all going to be kind of based on the rain, too, I guess you'd say. We hope we get some the next 3 or 4 days. So I look for a good run Thursday. And then we do have our big female sale Saturday, over 3,300 to consign for that already. A lot of pairs, bred cows, bred heifers, open heifers that we've got available for that, and that'll start 10 o'clock Saturday, Larry.
Tell everybody how to contact you.
You bet. Give us a call, area code 325-372-5159. Also go to our website. We got several listings of what calves we have at the sale at Mason, and then also we got a list of the female sale on Saturday this week. All the listings, several groups of pictures and everything of that up there at jordancattle.com.
We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you Monday evening after the Mason sale.
You bet. Thank you, Larry.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about the South Texas Hereford Association's fall sale coming up Saturday, October the 31st at 12 p.m. at the Beeville Livestock Commission Company. The annual sale is going to be held there, and there will also be a broadcast online at liveauctions.tv for online bidding. Now, for more information on the program, or the 57 Hereford bulls, 20 Brahma bulls, or 250 Hereford or Brahma F1 females, or for videos of the consignments, call 361-920-0012 or go to www.southtexashereford.org. Again, that's South Texas Hereford Association's next fall sale, October the 31st at the Beeville Livestock Commission Company. Call Robbie at 361-920-0012 for details. Neighbor, it's about time for Hop Sing to serve us lunch. Plenty of chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, Nanny's yeast rolls, a cold cucumber salad with the little bits of red and green bell pepper in them, and a glass of iced tea or a cup of coffee, whichever you prefer. I'd just prefer you listen to this report from Russell Heller, Lexington Livestock Commission Company. Russell, how'd the Saturday sale go?
Yes, sir. We had 776 total head with 144 cows.
Let's walk the pens.
Thinner packer cows 25 to 36, and the better cows 37 to 57. On the steering bull calves, 3 to 400 pounds, $1.05 to $1.85. 4 to 5 weights, $1 to $1.55. 5 to 6 weights, $95 to $1.40. 6 to 7 weights, $90 to $1.25. On the heifers, 3 to 400 pound heifers, $1 to $1.50. 4 to 5 weights, $95 to $1.35. 5 to 6 weights, $90 to $1.25. 6 to 700 pound heifers, $85 to $1.15.
Good. What's the weather like up there this morning?
Yes, sir. It's cloudy and it's just now starting to drizzle a little bit.
All right. So maybe we'll both get to look forward to some moisture.
I hope so.
What do you think this Saturday's sale is going to bring to us?
Yes, sir. I know of 2 sets of calves. One man's going to have about 15 or 20, and the other one's going to have 25 or 30.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you if they'd like to bring something or come and buy something.
Yes, sir. You can get me on my cell, and that number is 979-820-7002.
Rumensin presents Trusted by Generations. Headquartered in Amarillo, Texas, Cactus Feeders has been producing high-quality protein at their feed yards in Texas and Kansas for over 40 years. They work hard each day to make sure the beef they produce is safe and nutritious. Director of Nutrition Kendall Carr and General Manager of Wrangler Feed Yard Randy Shields have been working together at Cactus Feeders for 20 years. We asked them what they view as the most vital ingredient in their success. For Kendall, trust comes before anything else, and that includes doing business with a handshake. Beyond trust in their partners, Kendall knows it's important for consumers to trust the beef they consume. Randy believes it all comes back to the handshake deal, that when you make a commitment, you follow through with that commitment. Both Kendall and Randy are proud to carry on the legacy of helping people learn and grow in the beef cattle business. Rumensin has been trusted by generations of cattle producers to help build their legacy. What will your legacy be? Explore more legacy stories at trustedbygenerations.com.
Neighbor, when you hear cattle call on a Monday, it's time to remember if you don't know where you've been, you can't figure out where you're going. So let's see where we were, cattle price-wise, on Friday when we talked to Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock. They sell them every Friday. Rodney, tell us how the sale went.
Had a good sale. Market's still soft, not too much activity, but we had some good cattle again, mostly all big cattle. We're not selling very many light calves, and I guess we had probably around 50 cows last week.
Let's walk the pens.
We had 397 head of cattle, 4 horses, and I think there was 5 or 6 goats. Your 2 to 300 pound steers were $1.08 to $1.30. Heifers were $1.04 to $1.75. Your 300, 400 pound heifers were $1.16 to $1.70. Heifers $1.11 to $1.31. Your 400, 500 pound steers $1.08 to $1.55. Heifers $1.06 to $1.25. Your 500 to 600 pound steers were $1.02 to $1.30. Heifers were $1.05 to $1.70. 600 to 700 pound steers were $1.05 to $1.29, heifers $1.05 to $1.45, and your 700 to 800 pound steers were $97 to $1.10, and heifers were $1.02 to $1.40. Cow market was pretty steady. They brought anywhere from 30 to 55 cents. Packer bulls brought from 55 to 76. Stocker cow, young cows, we didn't have very many of them, but they brought anywhere from 48 to 52. Bred cows brought anywhere from 510 to 1,025, and our pairs this week brought anywhere from 850 to 11 and a quarter, sir.
Good. What do we know for this week?
I'm not sure of any. I haven't heard from anybody about this week. Not working no cattle this week. I don't know of very many. We do have the South Texas Hereford sale Saturday here at the Beeville Livestock, but I don't know of any cattle at this moment coming in right now.
Tell everybody how to contact you.
Yeah, if I can help you market your cattle anyway, call me at 361-358-1727, or y'all call me on my mobile, 645-5002.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
We thank you, sir.
Neighbor, now it's time for today's edition of the Texas News and Views program with my friend, the Farm Bureau's Tom Nicoletti. Tom, what's your topic?
Tech Vet School. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Prime Cuts on Texas News and Views from the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. Texas Tech University is now accepting applications for the inaugural class at its School of Veterinary Medicine. TFB Network's Jessica Domo has more.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
After receiving the necessary approvals from the American Veterinary Medical Association, Texas Tech University has begun accepting applications from students who are interested in being part of the first class of its School of Veterinary Medicine in Amarillo. Construction on the campus began last year, but the goal of one day opening the vet school started back in 1971. Guy Lonergan, Dean of the Texas Tech University School of Veterinary Medicine, says excitement is growing as we get closer to the school's inaugural class in August of 2021.
There's definitely a feeling of excitement. This is a new program. There was a lot of effort, a lot of discussion to get this new program off the ground. But that excitement is not limited to campus. That excitement extends well into the communities that we serve. So we're in Amarillo, Texas, and you walk around Amarillo, go into the supermarket, in the United Supermarkets, and you're wearing a Texas Tech Vet School outfit, people will stop and ask you about it, and they're so excited. But you go beyond that, and people are excited. You do a Texas Tech alumni event, and the first question they ask is about the vet school. So this excitement is palpable within the university, but it also palpable within the communities and across the communities that we serve. And that is something that is fantastic to feel because it gives you motivation every day. But it's probably a reflection that this process, while it feels like a whirlwind, has been 5 decades in the making. The vet school was really first proposed in the early 1970s when the medical school was created. And it's been that process since then, but now we're here. We're open for business, we're accepting applicants, and we're about to begin teaching the first class next fall.
Texas Tech's president said the school gives future veterinarians throughout Texas another opportunity to pursue their dreams within the borders of the state. Lonergan said the new School of Veterinary Medicine will focus on students who are interested in working in rural and regional communities.
Secondly, we're looking for students that have completed our prerequisite requirements. So we have a set of courses. Most schools have a set of courses that are all very similar that they want students to complete prior to starting the program. And ours are very similar to Texas A&M. And for us, a student can really complete those with 2 years of college. But we'll have many students that complete a bachelor's degree too.
The Texas Tech University School of Veterinary Medicine will begin with an inaugural class of about 60 students in the fall of 2021. The application process is open now. You can apply online at tmdsas.com. That is the website for Texas Medical and Dental Schools Application Services. Again, tmdsas.com. Students who have questions about the admissions process are encouraged to go to the vet school's website.
Today, to show you something else about Pioneer's corn and soybean product development, I'm in Johnston, Iowa. I'm walking into a large, nondescript building, but what's inside is definitely worth describing. This is the insectary. That humming is from an environmental growth chamber. Behind this last set of doors are, you guessed it, insects. Lots of them. Okay, here we go. These insects, along with research data, help Pioneer breeders design corn and soybean products to better withstand insect pressure. This knowledge goes back decades and is constantly expanding for the future. The insectary, another place that makes Pioneer Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
This is Texas News and Views. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor, I can remember when I was a young man growing up there in Castro and Swisher counties of Texas. Spent a little bit of time there in Floyd when I was a young person. We were well underway with cotton harvest this time of the year. And if we hadn't wrapped up by about Thanksgiving, we thought we were kind of behind. Even before the time we had foliar products that we could spray on that would cause the leaves to drop and that cotton to open up. Eddie Griffiths talks about the state of harvest in the Lubbock area on today's vignette from Texas Farm Bureau Roundup. Eddie?
In West Texas, harvest is well underway. Lots of cotton acres have been harvested, still quite a few acres to go. We have gone from upper 90s to getting down to fall-like temperatures here in the past week or so. Maybe some moisture creeping back into the forecast. We have been pretty much without any moisture for the past month and a half to 2 months. Now we're starting to see some fog roll back in and possibly some type of moisture coming into the area in the coming weeks that could slow harvest down. Producers have tried to get a jump on any possible moisture by getting those harvest aids out on the crop. We'll start seeing a lot more spraying going on here in West Texas, especially on the cotton, as we get closer to freeze to try to get all those bowls open, as many as possible, before strippers hit those fields. But trying to get to full maturity and get as much lint and cotton out of those fields as possible before a freeze. Our average freeze date in West Texas for killing that cotton in all the crops is usually around October 30th. That could be extended out into November if we do not get a freeze in the next week or so. As far as the cotton that has been harvested, looks like yields are decent, not as good as what we would like to see in West Texas, but the quality on some of this earlier cotton has been pretty good. But as we move forward towards the end of October, looking forward into November, we can see a lot of this crop out here in West Texas, whether it be cotton, corn, sorghum. These crops have matured rapidly, especially with all the heat we've accumulated over the summer and fall. So again, harvest underway here in West Texas. Things are running full speed at this point. So hopefully by the time we get to Christmas, most of this crop or all of this crop will be out of the field. From West Texas for the Texas Farm Bureau Roundup, I'm Eddie Griffiths.
Neighbor, when you hear Milk Cow Blues on a Monday, it's time to head up to Milam County, Cameron, Texas, up there on the Little River. Talk to my friend Kenny Mingus from Milam County Livestock Auction, Cameron, about the sale that we previewed on Thursday night and he had on Friday. Kenny, how did it go?
Well, it went good, I guess, for the market. Steer and bull cattle, I thought, were plenty steady to maybe a little better in spots from what I'd seen earlier in the week. We struggled a little bit on the feeder heifers. The packer market was about steady and had a good bit of activity on the stocker cows. We wound up with a total of about 1,622 cattle with about 350 cows. We'll start with the steer cattle under 300, 139 to 205, 3 to 400 pound steers, 121 to 157.50, 4 to 500 pound steers, 110 to 156, over 580 to $1.33. On your heifers, under 300, 114 to 185, 3 to 400, $1 to $1.52, 4 to 500, 90 to 140, and over 580, $1.20. Packer cows steady with last week from 20 to 55. Packer bulls the same, 50 to 84. On the stocker cows, on your bred cows from 575 to 1500. On your cow calf pairs, 7 1/4 to 1200.
What are we anticipating for this week?
Larry, it could be a little slower. Got a chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. How much that'll bring, I don't know, but everybody sure got their fingers crossed up here.
Right.
Just got off the phone with a guy, and he got 6 purebred Angus cows that he's going to send us. 3 of them are 3-year-olds, and 3 of them are 4-year-olds, and they're supposed to all be bred 6 to 8 months to northern red Angus bulls. So anybody needs any good Angus cows, we'll have them. We'll have them there Friday, and they'll be good.
Good.
This guy sells some good cattle with us all the time, but I'm sure there'll be something shake about. Just hope we can get some rain through all this wheat country and oat country, and kind of get that thing started. If we could get some grazing up, I think we'd change this market a little bit.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Kenny Mingus.
You bet. Just catch us at the office from about 9 to 3, Monday through Wednesday at 254-697-6697. We're available to receive cattle starting at 8 a.m. on Thursdays, 7 a.m. on Fridays. Follow us on our webpage at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com or catch us on Facebook.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? I'll give you a hint. In my left hand, I'm holding a clump of soil. And its color? Red. I'm at Pioneer's R&D Center in Union City, Tennessee. It's the middle of July and it's 98 degrees. I'm here to talk about the corn revolution, Pioneer's advances in genetics, breeding, technology, and testing. Now, normally when you think of corn, you think Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Nebraska, Kansas, the usual suspects. But Pioneer knows red dirt as well as black, with research centers, test plots, breeders, and agronomists outside what we traditionally think of as the Corn Belt. This way, Pioneer can develop local products for local farms wherever they are. The R&D Center in Union City, Tennessee. Another place that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the commodities of ag interest. December corn, 417 3/4, down 1.5. January beans, 1080 1/4, down 3/4. December Kansas City hard red winter wheat, down 17 3/4 at 552 even money. December number 2 cotton up 58, 71.87. December live cattle down 55, 103.02. January feeder cattle up 15, 125.70. December U.S. dollar index up 333 points at 93.09. December West Texas intermediate crude down $1.40 at 38.45. Time to take a look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle. Call 800-288-4453. Milo to Corpus in October, D's plus 220. 1142, we'll call Progresso 1050. Number 2 or better yellow corn through Corpus in October, D's plus 40. 459 1/4, we'll call Houston D's plus 30. 449 1/4, we'll call Progresso 870. Hard red winter wheat through Corpus in October, D's plus 75. 644 3/4, we'll call Houston D's plus $1 bill. 669 3/4. Houston beans October November delivery, November less 15, 1068 3/4. And we'll call Placido November less 60, 1023 3/4. Neighbor, if there's a takeaway from the grains as posted by John Tuggle, most notably the new crop Milo bids for this next summer are up 85 over December, or 855 per hundredweight delivered to the Texas Gulf. When you look at Milo, 1 year ago today, Corpus Christi was 35 over December, 755. If you remember, we're 1142. And 2 years ago today, Corpus Christi was 35 over December at 724. So you can see where we've made lots of advancement. Now let's take a look at cotton. Neighbor, we moved 1,226 bale of East Texas, 3,106 bale of West Texas, for a total count statewide of 3332. That gives us an average price of about $66.90. Neighbor, that's it for this edition of Down on the Farm. We appreciate you listening on whatever platform you listened on. Neighbor, we'll see you back tomorrow.